Colton Sissons scored 3 goals for Nashville in the Predators' Campbell Bowl-clinching 6-3 win over the Anaheim Ducks Monday, and as per tradition, the home fans at Bridgestone Arena celebrated the feat by flooding the ice with baseball caps and one giant catfish. Sissons' hat trick was the 4th of these Stanley Cup playoffs and the 63rd since the start of the NHL season, and considering that 37 of those hat tricks have come on the players' home ice, there's been plenty of cleanup for the league's ice crews to do. But what happens to all the hats once they're scooped up and removed from the ice? Every arena has its own method for handling those situations, but typically, these are the most popular solutions to one of hockey's favorite problems. Traditionally, the skater who scored the hat trick gets first dibs on keeping the hats, if they so choose. It seems unlikely that most guys would choose to pack their car with dozens, if not hundreds, of hats, but it's not unheard of to take a few home as a memento honoring the accomplishment. Alex Ovechkin has asked before where the hats were, and he's grabbed a hat or two, former Washington Capitals PR man Nate Ewell told Yahoo's Puck Daddy blog in 2009. He even grabbed a Red Caps hat at one point. In many cases, teams actually give their fans an opportunity to get their hats back, acting as an unofficial lost and found in the days following a hat trick. The Ottawa Senators, for example, give fans 2 weeks to collect their caps, provided that the spectator in question can provide a specific description of the item they threw. And other teams enforce similar policies. However, teams also typically offer deals on new hats in the team store after a player records a hat trick. The Tampa Bay Lightning gives season ticket holders a 50% discount, so unless the hat you threw holds sentimental value, it might just be easier to buy a new one. One of the most common solutions to a sudden influx of spare hats, many teams take the donation route when looking for ways to get rid of unclaimed headgear. When Leandre Saitel scored 3 goals in an Edmonton win over Anaheim earlier this postseason, the Oilers provided the nearly 1,000 hats tossed over the glass to 3 charities in the Edmonton area, a practice used by scores of teams around the league. It's connecting the celebration of the playoffs to the people of the inner city who may not feel included in that, Darren Brennan, a spokesman for the Bissell Center, one of the charities helped by Dre Saitel's hat trick, told CBC. It's a great symbol in how we are all the same. Increasingly, teams are finding ways to celebrate their hat tricks permanently by turning them into art. In Columbus, hats collected following Blue Jackets' home hat tricks are piled into a hat trick bin in the concourse at Nationwide Arena. Scott Hartnell's hat trick in a December win over Pittsburgh was the team's only one this season. The Capitals have a similar display at Verizon Center, as do several other teams around the NHL.